Man, oh man, did we witness history today, guys. Holy crap. We have a lot to break down in this video. We're going to go over the stock market, of course, which went ballistic today. And we're going to go over some stocks I'm looking at, a couple earnings reports, and we have to break down crypto as well. So without further ado, sit back, relax, hit that like button, and of course, make sure to take a sip of your coffee. And if you didn't know, I have a second channel called Stas Talks Money. If you haven't subscribed yet, use that link down below or go to YouTube, type in Stas Talks Money. We have a bunch of content on there about general finance, personal finance. Hit that subscribe button on that channel. And with that being said, guys, let's dive into the video. So, like you all probably know at this point, the stock market has been crazy today, or it was crazy, and it's probably up. Yeah, it's up after the bell as well. This thing is not stopping, guys. It is not stopping. Today we had the S&P 500 close up 5.5%, the Russell up 6.1%. Get ready for this. The NASDAQ 100 up almost 7.5% on the day. I mean, unreal. The Dow went up almost 4%. VIX down 9.5%, almost 10%. And we had gold up 2.6% and silver up over 2%. So metals crushed it. And just like that, on a side note, gold rather, is back into the mid 1700s. But who cares about gold? We'll talk about that in another video. We have to focus here on the stock market. And have you guys heard that stat? I'm going to butcher it completely because I don't even remember exactly what it was or what it is off the top of my head. But there's this stat that you guys have probably heard that if you missed these 13 best days in the stock market, or I think it might have been 20 specific days over the course of history, your return would have been a lot lower. In other words, that stat pretty much shows that during crazy times, during crazy volatile bear markets like we're in, holding on to your stocks and staying the course is the best idea, especially if you're looking at something like the S&P 500. You guys know that stat, right? You've probably heard it. If you missed these specific days, your return would have been a lot lower than if you just were to hold, throughout those days. And I feel like today is one of those days where we had such a huge green day to the point where, I mean, if you sold, I'm not saying this is the bottom or anything crazy like that. Who knows when the bottom is? But, if you sold a couple of days ago, you panic sold or anything like that, and you didn't participate in this rally, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. That's kind of going back to that stat, that's kind of the point of that stat, holding through, especially if you're a long-term investor, right? Holding through the storm, buckling down, not panicking, especially if you have a long-term time horizon. That's the best way to go. And then if you're in stocks, right, during days like these, obviously you're not going to miss days like these. And we'll see. I mean, is this going to continue? I feel like in the short term it will, by the looks of it here, guys. SPY did break out of about 392 to about 390 $390. Yeah, we closed at above 394. Now after the bell, we're above 395. So SPY looks like, believe it or not, guys, it's it's not hard to believe considering what we're seeing right here. There could be more upside towards 400, and in my opinion, 410, maybe even 415. You guys can see here back in the middle of September, funny enough, that's when we got the CPI data for August that stunned the markets and sent the markets tumbling. You guys probably remember that. And funny enough, that's probably where we're heading next to go test that high from the middle of September. So bulls are on freaking fire here, guys. Unbelievable day. And Triple Q pretty much closed right at a big resistance. If you guys saw my video earlier, I talked about how 280, 285, that's a big spot here, big point of resistance for Triple Q, stemming back from the middle end of September pretty much. And that's where we are now. We closed up 7.4%, which I can't even believe I'm saying that out loud, but yep, today we had a 7.4% green day for the Triple Q, guys, the NASDAQ 100 index, and we're right at this point, 285. If this breaks, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's next week at some point, I don't know, but if that breaks, next gap to fill I'm looking at is 295. From that point, 295 up to about 310, 315, that's where this could be going. So absolutely phenomenal day for the bulls. I mean, just one of those days for the history books. That's what it is. And especially with everything going on here with the crypto market, which we'll talk about here in a second, that's adding even more craziness to everything going on, just in this time period. I'm not talking only about crypto or just inflation or the economy, just everything, guys. Everything has been pretty crazy. So let's transition over here to Webull and see exactly what's going on with the crypto market, which, look, guys, it has seen a little bit of, and by a little bit, I mean a pretty good chunk of a bounce back here. You can see Bitcoin's low recently was at about, it looks like 16.1, or maybe it got under that. It was at 15.5, it looks like, yesterday at some point, last night, 15.5, and now it's at 17.8. So it's up about 400 bucks roughly off that low, and it says here it's up 12% roughly, about 2,000 bucks. So we are seeing a big sharp bounce back here on BTC, which makes sense. I mean, this thing is one of the most volatile assets out there, guys, and you think after a huge sell-off, it's going to continue going down to zero. That's not how it works. I mean, we're going to see little bounce backs. We're going to see little mini rallies, and that's what this is. And at this point, we're at 18,000, 19, 20, well, we're a little bit under 20, but, this is going to be a big resistance. There's going to be some selling pressure here, and the whole fiasco with FTX, with, everything going on in the crypto market, it's probably going to have more downwards pressure on this, in my opinion, in the short term here. So if you guys didn't know, FTX CEO Sam, he's going to need the bank. I mean, based on how much money he's lost, Sam Bankman-Fried lost 94% of his net worth on Tuesday. This is old news. I mean, but we're just talking here, guys. Bloomberg reported. You guys probably saw that already. And I think now I saw it today. It's some tweet or somewhere that his net worth is zero, maybe even negative at this point, which is unbelievable. And get this. This is actually the craziest thing. That marks the biggest single-day drop in a billionaire's fortune compared to their total net worth, which is insane. I mean, 94% drop in pretty much a day. It's unbelievable. I mean, Bloomberg now values Sam Bankman-Fried's two biggest assets at $1 each. So this guy, he was on the Forbes cover, I believe, or was it Forbes or was it? I forget. Either way, he was on the magazine a couple months ago. All these celebrities were putting money into his company. I mean, the way that this went bust so quick is just unreal. And this has always been one of my biggest things with the crypto market, right? And I'm not saying like, I predicted this, but it's like I always was suspicious of this. All these companies that offered the high yield, even during the bull market, I was saying, guys, I'm not touching this stuff during 2020, 21, when everybody and every YouTuber was promoting all this crap. I wasn't touching it because I knew that something like this could happen. And here we go. FTX blew up. I was going to say Vanguard. What's the other one? Voyager blew up. Is Binance next? I mean, who the heck knows? This stuff is getting scary, and I'm glad that I'm out of pretty much out of everything crypto except for the little Bitcoin that I have left. And thank God I sold the majority of my Bitcoin when I did in the mid 50K. Like, I forget it, 2 years, a year and a half ago at this point. When the heck was that? So yeah. Unbelievable. And when we look here at Ethereum, let's pull that up and see what's going on with Ethereum. This is up 20%. So talk about a sharp bounce back. Ethereum was at 1,070 bucks, and now it's at 1,300, up 20%. Like I said, 225 bucks in the past 24 hours by the looks of it here, on the day. So yeah, Ethereum's bouncing back sharply, but like Bitcoin, guys, be mindful. This could be a little bear market rally, whatever you want to call it, sharp rally to sucker in some bulls. I'm not buying it whatsoever. That's just me. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments about, Bitcoin, Ethereum, FTX. I want to know your thoughts. Let me know down below. And if you want 12 stocks from this company, Webull, use that link down below, deposit any amount of money, and you get 12 stocks. And you could also get 15 stocks for Moomoo with a $100 deposit. All those details are down below, guys. And with that being said, let's talk about some of these stocks, which completely went crazy, haywire today. And actually, before we even get into the stocks, well, I guess this is a stock. Let's break down earnings. We have NEO that reported today, and this went up a ton. It went up 12% on the day. Pretty nice. They ended up doing EPS of negative 30 cents, so they lost money versus the negative 16-cent estimate. So they missed on EPS, and revenue beat 1.83 billion versus 1.79 billion estimated. And Q3 vehicle deliveries were 31,607, up 29% year over year and up 26% quarter over quarter, and they see Q4 deliveries of 43,000 to about 48,000 vehicles. And this stock was $9 in the pre-market, guys, and at the high of the day, it was almost at $11. So we're talking a move of about 18% intraday there. Well, I guess it was pre-market to right where the stock ended up opening, and it pretty much held those gains all day. It's not like we ran up 15-20% and then ended up negative like a lot of stocks we've seen today that they can't hold their gains. Well, I guess today was a green day, huge green day overall. I mean, how could a stock not hold its gains today? So, I mean, we'll see how it goes over the next couple of days. But NEO right now is at a point where it's down about 60% over the past couple of months. And, you know, these earnings were not bad. Guidance is not bad. Let's see how it unfolds. I'm actually even seeing a bullish divergence here. So NEO is one that I'm watching. Six Flags also reported earnings this morning. They did EPS of $1.39 versus $1.64, so they missed on that. Revenue came in at $504 million roughly versus $560. They missed on that as well. And by the looks of it, the stock went up 13.5%. Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. Double miss, the stock goes up 13%. But again, that's probably because of the overall rally today and just how much green there was in the markets, as you guys obviously know. So Six Flags is one that is down from, I think, all-time highs were in the 70s. Let me double check here. Yeah, $73 back in 2018. Now it's at $21. It is down about 75%. So this thing really has not recovered at all from COVID. And a lot of the selling, a lot of the beatdown came heading into COVID. And COVID was pretty much not the nail in the coffin, but it really hit them even further, or put them even further in the hole, right? And they're a profitable company, but they're for sure still struggling after COVID, and it doesn't seem like the stock, at least, is reversing at all, quite yet at least. So I'm going to set my alert at about, let's say, 27.50. That should be a spot worth watching. You guys can see here on the 4-hour, that's right by, a big resistance from the past couple of months. So keep your eyes on Six Flags, guys. Let's see Etsy. Etsy's one that broke out today. Surprise, a lot of stocks broke out today. Etsy went up 16%, and it's finally starting to break out of this downwards channel that you all can see right here. We broke out of the moving averages. Now we're up in just the past couple of days about 30%, which is unfreaking real. So let's see if the gains hold. We have upcoming resistance at about $114, $115. That's right by the highs here from the middle of September, beginning of October, and my alert's at 120. If that breaks, which was the high from the middle of August, there could be a lot more upside. That is where the real upside could really start kicking in. So Etsy, you guys got to watch it. And let's just run through some of these stocks on my watch list. I mean, Beyond Meat up 20% today. Unbelievable. Chewy up a whopping 20% as well. And now look at this on Chewy, guys. We went from having an inverse Head and Shoulders to now this could be a Head and Shoulders. Look at this, a regular Head and Shoulders. We have the left shoulder right here potentially. Well, I mean, it's not potentially, it's there, right? We have the head right here. And if the right shoulder fails at the neckline, which we're right there right now, $38, $39, there could be a dump setting up towards, the low 30s, maybe even the mid 30s again. So keep that in mind. But if bulls get Chewy above the head here in the Head and Shoulders, 41, 42, there could be some more upside from that point. So Chewy had a great day. Shopify, like I said earlier today, had a great day. This thing went up 18% on the close, right at a big resistance, $37 right now. If that breaks, I could see this going low 40s at least, in my humble opinion, guys. Snowflake killed it today. Carnival Cruise Line snapped back over $10. Let's pull Snap up and see what that's trading at now. $10, up 12%. We're almost near the highs here from, I think, last week. Yeah, about $11, $10.75. So that's going to be a big spot for Snapchat. Let's see how Coinbase has been holding up during this whole crypto madness. Coinbase went up 11% today. Not too bad for Coinbase. And it seems like no stocks on my watch list went down today. All my stocks today went up on my watch list here. Starbucks is knocking on $100, which I told you guys, it's knocking on that door. It's right there. Starbucks is now at a high on the 4-hour chart. We broke out of the neckline like we called out. We broke out of the head and shoulders like we also called out. And now we're heading towards that $100 level, which you guys can see on the 1-year chart. Starbucks has not been at $100 since the beginning of this year, where it was at roughly $117 a share. So I'm liking Starbucks, ticker symbol SBUX. Let's see what else. Airbnb, let's pull that up. Airbnb is up 7 or went up 7% on the day. Not too bad whatsoever. Still kind of in a downtrend, so not looking as good as I thought it was to be, or would have, to be honest. Let's see Palantir, then we'll take a look at big tech, maybe some oil stocks. Palantir's not looking that good. CRM, let's pull that up. Not good. Meta on the day went up 10%. Unbelievable day for Meta. Google up on the day 7.8%. Apple up a whopping 9%. When Apple's moving up 9%, guys, you know it's a big day. You know it's a good day. Amazon up the most, it seems like, out of all the big tech names. This one up 12%, as Microsoft on the day today, guys, went up a whopping 8%. And, you know, oil, let's pull this up, and we'll talk a little bit about, something at the end here that I want to tell you guys. Oil went up 0.5% on the day. Nothing crazy. Like I said, we have a double top, but we're also fighting. Bulls are fighting here at a higher low. And honestly, I think oil is going to bounce. I feel like we're going to go back over 90 a barrel. I mean, that's my take. I could be crazy, but that's my take here in the short term. I think we're going to go test back 90, mid-90s a barrel for sure. And some oil stocks that I'm watching, which I think we haven't covered in a couple of days here. Exxon, pretty much right near all-time highs right now from 2008. You guys can see that here on the max chart. We got to watch ExxonMobil. Another one that we have to look at is, let's run through a bunch. Devon Energy. It's pulled back a good chunk here in the past couple of days, down about 15%. Let's see how that one ends up playing out. MRO is another one that I'm watching on this dip here. MPC, which is Marathon Petroleum, right by the highs here, also holding trend right above the 50 SMA on the 4-hour. What else? Oxy just reported earnings. This stock pulled back, but it looks like buyers are coming in at about $68, $70. It had a 3.4, or rather roughly a 4% green day today, which is good. Buyers are coming in. So oil, energy stocks, those are a couple that I'm watching. And to wrap the video up, guys, let's just say that we can't get too excited yet. We can't get too excited yet because we had a big green day. Sure, this could be setting us up for maybe a Santa Claus rally, but we're just one bad catalyst away from having all these gains, all this, enthusiasm, short-term optimism. We're one bad catalyst away from that all being taken away from us, right? Whether it's Jerome Powell being too hawkish next time he speaks, or a different Fed official, or, next CPI data month inflation is higher than expected. That's all it takes. I mean, you got to realize it was a great day today, and like I mentioned earlier in the video, staying invested, especially if you're for a long-term investor, that's the way to go. You don't want to miss these types of days, but you have to realize that again, the roller coaster ride, it might not be over yet. In fact, I don't think it's over. I'm not saying that we're going to go down another 30% or 20%, like I think Jamie Dimon said a couple weeks ago, but I'm just saying, we're one bad catalyst away. We're one bad piece of data to come out away from this being taken away from us, and this going right back down to lows, which honestly I wouldn't mind, considering I personally haven't finished building out certain positions, and I do want to buy stocks at a cheaper price. But the market, at the end of the day, does not care about what you want. It's going to do what it wants, and you have to act accordingly. And with that being said, guys, I guess that's a good spot to wrap the video up. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed to my second channel, Stocks Talks Money, go down below, use that link, or go to the YouTube search bar, type in Stocks Talks Money. I have a whole other channel we're trying to grow. It's more personal finance based. I have a couple videos on there already. Go check it out. And if you haven't gotten your 10 stocks, or what is it, 12 stocks from Webull, and your 12 stocks or 10 stocks, I'm mixing this up. No, it's 15 stocks from Moomoo, and your $10 from them. That's a limited time, by the way. All those are linked down below. Deposit any amount of money with Webull and deposit at least $100 with Moomoo, and you get a bunch of free stocks. It also helps out the channel. And with that being said, guys, cheers. Have a great rest of your night. I appreciate you all for watching. As always, peace out.